Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's that time of year again, the leaves are turning, there's a crispness in the air, and spooky season is in full swing. What's more iconic for Halloween than a glowing, grinning jack-o'-lantern on your doorstep? Today, I'm going to walk you through every single step to create your very own masterpiece, from picking the perfect pumpkin to making it last all the way to Halloween night. Whether you're a first-timer or a seasoned carver looking for new tips, you've come to the right place. So grab your pumpkin spice latte, get cozy, and let's get carving. First things first, you need the star of the show, the pumpkin. Now, you might think any pumpkin will do, but a little strategic selection can make a huge difference. When you're at the patch or the store, look for one with a firm, sturdy stem. This is a sign of a healthy pumpkin. Give it a good tap, it should sound hollow. Check the surface for any soft spots, bruises, or cuts. We want a smooth, blemish-free canvas. And think about the shape. A tall, oval pumpkin is great for a long, spooky face, while a round, squat one is perfect for a classic, wide grin. I've chosen this big, round fella today because I'm feeling a traditional vibe. Also, make sure it has a flat bottom so it won't roll away while you are carving or when it is on display. Alright, now that we have our pumpkin, it's time to gather our tools and set up our carving station. You can use a dedicated pumpkin carving kit, which usually comes with a small serrated saw, a scoop, and various little tools. These are great, especially for beginners. But honestly, you can find everything you need right in your kitchen. A sturdy, serrated knife is great for cutting the lid, and a large metal spoon or an ice cream scoop works wonders for cleaning out the guts. I also like to have a paring knife for finer details and a dry erase marker for drawing my design. Don't forget a large bowl for the pumpkin innards and some newspaper or a plastic tablecloth to lay down. Trust me, this process can get messy, and this will make cleanup a breeze. Safety is super important, so let's talk about that for a second. We're working with sharp tools, so always cut away from yourself. Never ever rush. If you're carving with kids, this is a great opportunity for teamwork. Let them handle the fun, gooey part of scooping out the seeds and drawing the face, while an adult takes care of all the cutting. Okay, safety briefing over. Let's get to the fun part. Our first cut is the lid. You have a choice here. A circle around the stem is classic, but I've learned a trick that makes a huge difference. Instead of a circle, cut a 5 or 6-sided shape, like a pentagon or hexagon. This prevents the lid from accidentally falling inside your pumpkin later on. Another pro tip, angle your knife inwards towards the center of the pumpkin at about a 45-degree angle. This creates a little shelf for the lid to sit on, so it won't fall through. Go slowly and carefully. Once you've connected all your cuts, give the stem a little wiggle and it should pop right off. Ta-da! Our pumpkin is officially open. Now for the messiest, but arguably the most satisfying part, gutting the pumpkin. Grab your spoon or scoop and start scraping the inside walls. You want to get all of those stringy bits and seeds out. The goal is to make the wall you plan to carve on about 1 to 1.5 inches thick. A thinner wall is much easier to cut through, and it will also make your pumpkin glow more brightly. Keep scraping until the inside is nice and smooth, and don't throw away those seeds. You can rinse them, toss them with a little oil and salt, and roast them in the oven for a delicious, crunchy snack. It's the perfect reward for all your hard work. I'll put a quick recipe in the description below. With our pumpkin prepped and clean, it's time to bring our jack-o'-lantern to life. This is where your creativity gets to shine. You can go for a classic spooky face, a funny expression, or something more intricate. If you're not confident drawing freehand, no worries. There are thousands of stencils available online that you can print out. Just tape the stencil to your pumpkin and use a poker tool or a pushpin to poke holes along the lines of the design. Once you've transferred the whole pattern, you can remove the paper and essentially connect the dots with your knife. Today, I'm going to draw my design directly onto the pumpkin with a dry erase marker. The great thing about this method is that if you make a mistake, you can just wipe it off and start over. I'm going for some classic triangle eyes and a big toothy grin. Okay, the design is on. Let's start carving. This is where patience is key. For the carving itself, I recommend using one of those small, serrated saws from a carving kit. They give you a lot more control than a big kitchen knife. If you don't have one, a paring knife will also work for smaller details. Use gentle back and forth sawing motions. Don't try to force the knife through. Let the tool do the work. Start with the smaller, more intricate parts of your design first, like the teeth or the nose. This helps maintain the pumpkin's structural integrity. Once a piece is cut all the way through, you can gently push it out from the inside. There we go, one eye down. See? Slow and steady wins the race. Once all your pieces are cut out, take a moment to admire your work. But we're not quite done yet. We want our jack-o'-lantern to look its best and last as long as possible. A great little trick is to clean up the edges of your cuts with a small knife or even a clay modeling tool. This will give your design a really sharp, professional finish. Now, for the preservation part. Pumpkins are a fruit, and once you cut them, they start to decay. To slow this process down, you can apply a thin layer of petroleum jelly to all the cut edges. This seals in the moisture and prevents them from shriveling up too quickly. You can also mix a bit of bleach with water in a spray bottle and lightly spritz the inside and the cut surfaces. This helps prevent mold from growing. Finally, the moment of truth, lighting it up. The classic method is a small tea light or votive candle. Just place it inside, and the flickering flame gives it that traditional, spooky glow. For safety reasons, especially if you have pets or small children, or if your pumpkin will be unattended, I highly recommend using a battery-operated LED light instead. They make some that flicker just like a real candle, and they're super safe, won't blow out in the wind, and won't cook your pumpkin from the inside out. Let's pop one in and see how it looks. And there you have it. A perfect glowing jack-o'-lantern, ready to greet trick-or-treaters and light up your Halloween night. Look at that! It's so much fun to see your creation come to life. Carving a pumpkin is such a wonderful fall tradition, and I hope this guide has inspired you to make your own. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd love to see your creations, so if you post them on social media, be sure to tag me. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Happy Halloween, everyone, and happy carving!